pictures from New York. Now these ones are live from New York, Times Square. As you can see from the clock in the corner of your screen, it's 12 minutes until New Year's Day in New York.
Now, Brian Barron was telling us earlier, you know this tradition about dropping this big ball, it's been going on for about 92 years, apparently. It's dropped from a newspaper building, and an executive just decided it'd be a good thing to do in 1906.
And that's what officially kicks off the celebration.
And that's what officially kicks off the celebration. It seems a strange way to celebrate, though. I mean, you would have thought New York, which is calling itself Millennium capital of the States, would do something else.
Sean, do you know about the ticker tape? Are they going to be doing ticker tape this year?
I think they are, yes. I mean, it would be surprising if they didn't, frankly, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine cleaning that up afterwards, though?
I can't imagine cleaning any of it up afterwards, and no doubt across London there are hundreds of poor people as we speak doing just that.
Well, let's see whether we can go over to Brian Barron, who's in that melee, and find out what's going on. Brian, what can you tell us?
I can tell you that the excitement is wound right up to the maximum level. Just in a few minutes, that countdown, the final 60-second countdown will be underway. The ball will start going down the flagpole. Everyone's already deliriously happy. They're dancing in the streets around me. And the authorities regard this as a roaring success so far. So, all in all, New York is feeling pretty pleased with itself at the moment.
Very sober, because it's an alcohol-free zone, you were telling us earlier. I mean, how's that gone down with the people there?
Sorry, I didn't quite get that question. Was it about the control?
It was about the control and the fact that nobody's allowed to drink there. I mean, it seems a bit bizarre from where we're sitting here. I mean, how are they taking it?
They take it fairly calmly. It's been a tradition for at least the last 5 or 6 years, no alcohol at all. That was because a few years ago they had some fairly nasty New Year celebrations with people being injured and violence. And they're also rather used here, despite the feisty nature of this city, the fact that they like a good argument. It's a bit in your face, as they say here. Nonetheless, when it comes to what the mayor of New York, Rudy Giuliani, says, they tend to toe the line. So he's decreed no alcohol. He said that the crowds must be very carefully controlled. Although there's probably 1.5 million people around us here in the area directly around Times Square. So the people accept the reality that this is a night when some precautions have got to be taken.
Well, Brian, enjoy the party. Now we're going to go a little bit down the coast and go to Washington and join Philippa Thomas. Philippa, it looks like a big party there. They're saying it was going to be the biggest fireworks display in the States and the world. What's it like?
Well, as you came to me, they just cranked up the music. Everybody waiting here for the big display, which they hope to stun the world with. In a few minutes, we'll have to switch off all our camera lights. They will switch out all the floodlights, and a trail of fire will go down the reflecting pool, all the fireworks, and up the monument. So there'll be a blaze of white light from the monument that's dedicated to America's first president. So even though Brian has the loud and crazy crowd behind her in Times Square, people are still having a huge amount of fun here and waiting for what they hope will be a really beautiful spectacle.
Well, I don't want you to squabble about which is the best city for these celebrations, Philippa. Tell us, where's President Clinton at the moment? Where's he witnessing the celebrations from?
Bill Clinton is sitting almost just behind the camera. There's the Lincoln Memorial behind the camera, where all the dignitaries are seated. Whilst the crowd's going crazy here for all the various rock stars and pop stars we've had, the dignitaries are seated up high, including Bill and Hillary and Chelsea Clinton. We've seen them nodding their heads and tapping their feet, and obviously really enjoying the evening's events.
Philippa, we're looking at pictures now from Times Square, just a little bit north from you, and it's incredible scenes. There must be millions of people there waiting for New York midnight, which is going to happen very, very shortly, and we're going to be going to Edna when it does, and that is the famous ball, which is going to drop down a 77-foot flagpole at the New York Times building in Times Square. Brian, are you still with us? No, I don't think he is. Can he hear us? It's very noisy there. He probably can't. Let's try again. Oh, they're enjoying themselves there, aren't they? It's a very festive atmosphere there, isn't it? We just saw some people slogging, which is very nice.
Yeah, I reckon that the dancing has reached fever point here. They're already gathering around below that skyscraper. The ball is on the top of it, and we reckon that the mayor is already in place. He was past here just a few moments ago, professing his delight with the way the evening's gone, and then there'll be a final 60 seconds before the Millennium is actually counted in.
Brian, what do you expect Rudolph Giuliani to say in his New Year's message to the crowds there?
Well, you can rely on the mayor to give himself something of a pat on the back. He's not a man who's really renowned for political modesty. He likes to take credit when he can, but I think he'll really say that New York has reached a moment in its history of unparalleled prosperity. It's never been safer in the modern era, and don't forget 10, 15 years ago this was an extremely dangerous metropolis. So I think the overall theme will be that New York has made the big time once again, and in the way the citizens here, and the mayor especially, likes to talk about it, this is the capital of the world.
Brian Barron, for a moment, thank you very much. But now, hopefully, we're going over to our special correspondent, Dame Edna Everidge in New York.
Hello, Gabby!
Hey, Dame Edna!
Darling!
You look gorgeous!
I'm wearing New York. I'm getting lit up, Possum. Look at my beautiful frock.
It is magnificent, Dame Edna.
Building on, that's gorgeous.
Something special that I slipped into.
Oh!
Wow.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Gorgeous.
Now, did your son design that for you, Dame Edna?
Yes, isn't he clever?
He's a very clever boy.
Oh, he's Australia's answer to Calvin Klein.
Now, what can you see behind you, Dame Edna?
Well, all these revelers, wonderful people having a good time. I'm catching the mood of this, Gabby.
And your
Look,
mother, of
even my
course.
mother is getting excited.
Exactly. How's she doing, Dame Edna?
She seems to be reviving. I think
The Millennium's
she was born
good
in
for
the
her.
19th century. Look at her.
So we're hoping that, Dame Edna, your mother could straddle 3 centuries.
She'll be straddling like mad tonight.
So can you please tell us what you can see from your penthouse?
Well, I can see just zillions of New Yorkers. They're all festive. They're wearing beautiful hats. They've got balloons. And they're sober, believe it or not.
What do you think about the alcohol ban that's apparently being imposed in New York at the moment, Dame
I think
Edna?
it's better. I think some people might have smuggled some in, but it does make it very yucky for the people cleaning up later, don't you think?
Absolutely.
And imagine being pressed up against someone vomiting.
Lovely. Thank you, Dame Edna. With that, could you please link us back to Brian Barron, Dame Edna?
Oh yes, Brian, how are things going with the big ball?
We're almost there.
Brian.
We've just got to be a little bit more patient for the next 1,000 years, but they're playing some very splendiferously solemn music at the moment, which is supposed to get us in the mood, I guess, after the sort of slightly hysterical, feverish dancing in the streets. But all is
Almost
set.
religious, Brian.
I didn't quite catch that, Dame Edna.
It's almost spiritual.
Oh, well, almost spiritual. It's also damn cold here, actually. I didn't quite put my long johns on, but the excitement of the moment is keeping the blood circulating.
Dame Edna, we've now got just over 2 minutes till the ball drops. How are you feeling on this night?
I'm beginning to feel a little bit overexcited and a bit over-emotional. Do you know, I was worried, Gabby, that I wasn't feeling enough about all this. I thought, you know, is this all there is? I felt a bit like Peggy Lee. But now I'm bubbling over with emotion, and I wish every single human being watching this beautiful show all they'd wish themselves in the years ahead, not just on the 1st of January, but on the 4th of July, on the 16th of October, on the 23rd of December, and all those happy days on the road ahead of us all.
Dame Edna, I think we've now got about just over 1 minute to go. You're looking, I can see it, you're feeling it now, aren't you?
I am, darling.
Okay, once again. Oh, there's your mum, there's your mother. She's not looking too excited.
Blow your whistle, darling. Look, look.
Oh, don't make her.
She's just about to cross over into the next century.
Dame Edna, how aware is your mother of exactly what's happening around her?
I'm afraid she's in a world of her own. She doesn't know where she is or what she's doing, but she's happy.
Okay, now there we are. The ball is just beginning, Dame Edna. Behind you, if you turn around,
tell us
we're
what's
seeing
happening.
Pictures. The ball is beginning to drop. It takes 60 seconds to go from the top to the bottom. When it reaches the bottom, it will be New Year's Day, the new millennium in New York.
New York, it'll be New Year's Day, possums. You've got there already. We're lagging a bit behind, but it's an exciting moment in this city which has taken me to its heart.
They're all giving us a countdown there, Dame Edna. If you could help them along for us.
Yes, let's all count down now, possums. Are you ready? Millennium in New York City.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! And there's the ticker tape.
You were talking about the ticker tape.
Look
You've got it now,
at that.
Mummy!
How is your mother, Dame Edna?
Brian,
Happy
what's
New
it?
Year, Gabby!
Right, Happy New Year, Dame
Happy New
Edna.
Year.
Brian, what's it like out there on the streets?
Well, there's a sort of snowstorm of fake snow going on all around us, and the dam has burst. They're delirious. They're over the top.
Wow.
It's a pretty good sign. It's been a long wait because we were all rather envious of what you guys had over in Europe, but this is pretty tremendous as I stand here. This is an absolute New York style ticker tape millennium. That's the only way to describe it.
It's for us, Brian, it seems to have been worth the wait. It looks absolutely magnificent.
I think so. I was rather doubting it was going to be up on the same standard as the Eiffel Tower display and that London fireworks, but this is phenomenal. Well worth the money, I'd say.
How much money did it cost? Do we know?
No, I'm sure Mayor Rudy Giuliani's budget is pretty flush with all those tax dollars from the Wall Street boom.
Absolutely.
So I don't think anyone's worried about that.
We're just getting the pictures now of New York as they enter the new millennium. The ticker tape parade, the ball has dropped, there's a huge 2000 lit up, more fireworks, absolutely incredible, as only the Americans could.
Well, this is the heart of show business after all. This is the Broadway Theatre District, and Broadway itself, the Great White Way, has never had a better year than it's had with all the musicals that are running here. So this is a show business extravaganza that tops the success of Broadway itself.
New York will be full on the millennium. It certainly looks it.
I'd say that New York is feeling so proud of itself these days. It reckons it showed the way to the rest of big city America how to make it all work, how to help the poor as much as you can, how to fuel the economic success, bring in innovation. So it's a pretty happy place these days. There's still a lot of things that can be improved, obviously, but this is a pretty safe city, a secure city, and people like the way the city's being run and the way things are going, and hence this frenzy of celebration and excitement about the new century.
Brian, thank you very much. We're now going to cross over to Washington and see how they celebrated the dawn of the new millennium. Philippa, tell us what it's like out there on the street.
Well, I don't know whether you can really hear or see me, but we've just had a really excellent fireworks display. People are going crazy as this stream of white light shoots down the reflecting pool out of the Washington Monument. And you can hear the music maybe coming up behind me, everybody going crazy. A very patriotic moment here with, of course, President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Chelsea up there watching it all, watching in the new century here in the nation's capital.
Thank you very much. We're once again now going to go back to New York to Dame Edna Everidge. As the ball has dropped, the ticker tape is falling. Dame Edna, how are you feeling now, and how is your mother?
Gabby, my mother she's taken on a new lease of life. I think she'll outlive us all.
And how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling on top of the world. I'm missing my friends in England and Australia, but I'm making lots of lovely new ones over here. And much love to everyone out there, and a very happy new year.
Dame Edna, will you be joining the street party a bit later?
Of course I will. You can't stop me. I don't even have a bodyguard. People adore me already here.
And what's your New Year's resolution, Dame Edna?
What?
What's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is, I mentioned it to Parky earlier, and I'm feeling more strongly about it than ever, and that is to think a little bit more of myself and less of others.
Dame Edna, if you don't mind, we're going to go back out to Brian in the streets. Brian, we're actually quite anxious to know, how many people do they estimate are in the streets?
How many people? I've no idea, except it could be 1.5 million. The question is, this show, which actually began 18 hours ago, 18 hours, is set to roll for another 6, and the question is, how much fortitude do the people have here? Because the temperature is about 35 degrees, and unlike that little Antipodean possum, Dame Edna, who's looking very cool and comfy within that heated studio, out on the streets it is pretty chilly.
Brian, thank you very much from out on the streets. Once again, we're going to go back over to Dame Edna. Dame Edna, we'd like one more twirl of that magnificent dress, and we're going to say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute joy.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Dame Edna.
It is such a good dress.
Oh, I love the taxi cab.
Wonderful.
Top.
Wonderful.
Incredible.
Wouldn't it be great to be there?
I have been
It's
there.
a bit like the eclipse. Once you've done that experience once, you just want it again, straight
New York
afterwards.
is the most
and
extraordinary place for New Year's Eve. I said earlier, I've actually been there in the past, and the buzz, and everybody walks around, Happy New Year, and you just capture that. And the ticker tape, I mean, I wish I'd been there. I have to say, that has stolen it over Paris for me.
So how long does it last for, though? What we were seeing then, I mean,
Well, he was